Another brew day today. It's a Sunday, which is kind of odd. I usually do it on Saturdays, but whatever. I bottled the pale ale, or the Belgian pale ale yesterday. Ended at 10:04, but it tastes really sweet, or it's really awesome rather. So I'm looking forward to that. The yeast is really good. So today is the white IPA. It's only about 10 pounds of grain, 5 pounds of pale, 4 pounds of wheat, and 1 pound of unmalted wheat. I got the hops here. Zythos and Ahtanum, freaking awesome. This is going to be really, really good, I think, if I hop this right. And then I got a children's freaking medicine dropper, but it measures in milliliters, so I can just like use the lactic acid and then, you know, get the right amount of deal going on there. With the gypsum, my current scale is not very touchy-feely. So I just tried to, you know, wing it a little bit. It doesn't have to be accurate. It's my first time anyway. But I do have 60% distilled water in here. Next time I'll keep the jugs this time, and then I can get 29-cent reverse osmosis water. So it already has the gypsum in there. I did the calculation easy water, and it gets me a pretty good profile. I mean, 50 ppm calcium, which is pretty close to what the Hoegaarden water is going to be. So, and I got about a 2.0 or so ratio of sulfate to chloride, so it'll enhance bitterness. So, yeah. So I'm gonna mash in soon, and then be good to go. Did the Vorloff. It's pretty hazy, as expected. I took the pH after the mash was done, and it was about pretty close to 5, or so. It was in between 5 and 5.2, I'd say. So maybe a little bit less lactic acid next time. Whatever. I'm sure it's going to be great. So definitely nailed the pH for sure, though. So I'm going to find out how much I get here, and then I'm going to start making the sparge water. I did a 1 gallon mash out just in case. See how it goes this time as far as efficiency. Looking good. The mash was about 149 or 150. After the mash was done, it was 147. So it'll turn out pretty refreshing, I'd say. Sparge temp was 167, so I think I pretty much getting my all grain brewing dialed in at this point. It's only been what, 5? This is the 5th one I made, I think, or 6th or something. Yeah, all grain brewing's awesome. So I'm gonna start this boiling, and then, you know, there's a lot of hops, and then I'm gonna use my hop bag to get all rid of those. And I've got coriander seed. I'm gonna crush it in this Ziploc bag with my measuring device here, because I don't have rolling pins. And hopefully that works out pretty sweet. Yeah, not much else until we're ready to boil. Can't wait to get that heat stick or brew heater or whatever off the internet. Got my 3-minute hops here, or yeah, 3-minute hops. So, and I got my coriander crush as well as it's gonna get. So I'm gonna pour my grains in that bag, and then hopefully that doesn't get all over the place. And I got my sanitizer all ready to go. Yep. Chilling down though. Those last 5 minutes were pretty much hectic because I got all my stuff, you know, sanitized and ready to go, but I had to add 5 minutes of coriander and crushed coriander and bitter lemon or bitter orange, and then I had that 3-minute addition of 2 ounces of hops, and then I had the final 0 minutes. I had an ounce of Ahtanum, and then whatever was left of the Zythos from the beginning, because I only added like a ½ ounce. And I did find out that actually the hop bags are like a little bit over an ounce. They're supposed to be 28 grams is an ounce, but most of the bags are around 31. So I don't know. Good enough for me. So here we are the next day after that brewing. It was when I woke up at 6. It was bubbling away. So And that was about 8 hours after I pitched, so that's pretty sweet. It was bubbling pretty healthily when I got up, and now when I got home it slowed down a little bit. So I think that the reviews about the strain being a little sluggish are probably true. I did swirl it up and it got going a little bit better, so I might have to swirl it every other day. But it'll get done eventually. I'm looking forward to this beer. Yep, can't wait to brew the next one. You got the addiction, man. Sweet. Overall, just a really pleasant brew day for me. I mean, even though I woke up kind of late on a Sunday, it was like 2 o'clock, but I started earlier. But anyway, after I was all cleaned up, it was about 10 p.m., so, you know, usual stuff. Now that I've got my water chemistry pretty much under my grasp and I can do whatever I want, this guy is pretty much the limit as far as styles. And I really don't know what I'm going to brew next. I'm going to have to look up some stuff, but looking forward to the Belgian Pale Ale in a couple weeks to see how that is. It's 10:04 freaking finishing, which makes it 7%, which was the actual ABV of the blonde that I was supposed to match, but got 55% efficiency. So yeah, and it still has a lot of flavor to it as far as what I could tell. So when it's carved up, it should be pretty good stuff. I got 75 or a little bit more than 75% efficiency on brew day yesterday. So yeah, awesome. I don't know. I think 6 milliliters of lactic acid sounds like a lot, but I mean, maybe next time I'll use 5 or something. But the thing about it is that the wheat malt has a really high, like, acidity factor. Like, normal pale is 5.7, but wheat is like 6.04 according to Easy Water. So that'd be the reason why I use so much lactic acid. And it worked out really well. I think I nailed the pH and got really good efficiency for what I had, since I don't crush my own grain or anything. I mean, I could get a double crush and then see how much efficiency I get, but I don't know. I think 75 is alright for now. So yeah, I'm gonna go buy one of those super duper accurate scales, and then I'm gonna get some more mineral additions, because all I had was gypsum. I bought calcium chloride, but I don't need calcium chloride at all because that raises the pH, and that would be the last thing on my mind. So I'm probably going to return it to the brew shop. I really don't see a reason for it since gypsum has calcium in it. So, yep, awesome. Pretty much perfect brew day. The only thing that went wrong, I think, is the my chiller, the little O-ring on the inside of it. When I screwed on my faucet, it was loose, so when I turned on the water, it started spraying out. But then I just took 20 seconds and unscrewed it and put the seating back in, and then put it back on, and it was fine. So I chilled it down, and it was really, really clear. Like, the cold break just freaking fell down to the bottom. It was one of the clearest beers I've ever seen in the kettle. But of course, it is about 4 SRM, so that could be the reason. Other than that, it's going to be hoppy as hell, hopefully, and with that 2.0 sulfate to chloride ratio, I'll get a nice crisp mouthfeel. Hopefully this is going to be one of the best beers I've ever made, and I'm looking forward to making more amazing beers and nailing, as much as possible, nailing everything, because, I mean, my mash, I hit it, I was off by my mash by a little bit, so I added a quart of boiling water and it brought up to 149, and then I nailed my asparage at 167, so, I mean, I pretty much got my all grain stuff down pat now. But yeah, oh, and a shout out to Main Brew Guy again, because he pretty much made me want to go get my water profile, and it's gonna be amazing from now on, probably. So sweet. See you guys later. Cheers.